Space, the final frontier.
This is the podcast, State of the Federation.
Its continuing mission.
To preview strange new ships.
To seek out new builds and new combinations.
To boldly go where no show has gone before.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Federation, and welcome to another episode of State of the Federation. Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Delta Angel Fire, and today we are here for previews, and more previews. Possibly reviews if you've gotten these a little bit earlier, but hey, you never know. Joining me today, of course, as always, we have the lovely and talented David. David, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing well. Doing well, Will. Thank you for asking.
And we have Tucker typing away up Storm. Tucker, what are you
Sorry,
up to?
I'm just trying to pull up the preview images for tonight's show, so I can have the card text in front of me. I am doing well,
or at least whatever's readable of it.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of squint, and they really have to stop doing this.
But yes, we've got all of our wonderful ships today. Had a QOP over the weekend, so if you were here listening to the Q strategy broadcast we did last week or 2 weeks ago, I added a couple extra things. If you want to see those, go ahead and join us over on Facebook.com/ it's probably not actually under our full name though. Look for Star Trek Attack Wing Strategic Community.
Yes.
We're strategic. We like strategery.
You should see myself, Will, and Tucker. We're all admins. We are benevolent.
Hilariously, I'm probably the most reasonably fair-minded of us as admins, which is a terrifying prospect to many.
I keep my admin power in my back pocket because I more just want to yell at people all the time. Arrgh! Don't use photon torpedoes. What's wrong with you?
We haven't quite gotten to the point where putting photons on a build is an instant ban, but we're eyeing that change. That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. Just FYI.
Wait, I actually saw somebody do that on a Ferengi, and I didn't cringe. They had a point of doing it too. I was like,
cringe.
It may not have been in the. I think it might have been in the main community, but
there was someone who was trying to make a 16-die attack with the Ferengi Marauder that rerolls blanks from OP1.
Yeah,
that's glorious and all, but that kills one fighter token. You never know, though. These things could work out. It's always good to have a little bit of fun. But, yeah. With all that, I think we should get started on our lovely, wonderful prize ship, which I won last weekend at a Q Continuum OP.
Yay!
And it's lovely. It is the USS Hood. That's actually not the Hood. That's all the generic cards. It's the USS Hood. There's my good pictures of it.
Try again.
Second time's a charm, right? I will say the interesting thing is it does appear that this sculpt is they're either getting a new printer or just using a completely new sculpt in general, because it definitely looks a little bit different than the Excelsior sculpt, which I thought was interesting, but not quite up on the level of like the Hirogen or the drone ship
or the Scimitar or something.
Yeah.
It is an Excelsior. What do you really expect?
Mm-hmm.
Those were, I don't know. I always felt like those were just kind of ugly ships, honestly. I know somebody out there is probably going to yell at me for that, but...
But yes, the USS Hood, a 3154 ship, 26 points, comes with a tech, a weapon, and 3 crew slots. Special ability, when you initiate an attack against a cloaked ship, roll +1 attack die. I don't know. Better or worse than the Excelsior?
Worse. There's almost no circumstance in which I'd rather have that than the Excelsior.
The free scan
I mean,
token?
look. Yeah, no, free scan token is just super good, especially since, oh my God, Spock works again. For those who didn't know, they ruled that when you attack, when you defend, when attacking, or when defending does not apply to the May ruling. So yeah,
It's
Spock's
under
back.
the same umbrella as each time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So all of a sudden we have a bunch of upgrades that work with multiple attacks again, making multiple attacks actually kind of more worth it.
Right. So with that said, this is, I mean, unless my opponent is running Klingons or Romulans, this card is blank, basically.
Yeah. I still don't mind a 9 durability Federation ship.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, and that's always great. I mean, look, there are builds which were running a generic Galaxy and an Excelsior, and the Excelsior and a generic Excelsior. That's really hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this will certainly do duty there. Like, the Excelsior, a bad Excelsior is still better than a lot of other ships.
Oh, yeah.
And this may be worth the 2 extra points for the extra shield. I'm just saying that, you know, if you have one slot, 26 points, take the Excelsior every time.
Yes.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Excelsior is blank at short range, but USS Hood is blank against anything that's, of course, not cloaked. I don't know. I do think we might be seeing a few more cloakers coming back now with the fall of the Age of Borg.
And with the Pegasus cloaking device, which is, spoiler alert, actually maybe playable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I can't. I guess, but it's like, it's not a risk I'd be willing to take when the flip side of it is we're also going to see scan stacking come back maybe. So free action scan sounds pretty good.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Excelsior class, if you need a 26-point ship, fair enough, but for the most part we usually go for something else instead. Either, a Galaxy or a
with the demise
Sovereign.
of the Borg sovereignty, the Excelsior is a 9 durability ship with 270 native degrees of coverage. And I'm going to tell you something. The difference between 270 and 360 is not... I mean, that's almost never going to come up.
Well,
like
180, you have to have something else that covers your rear arc.
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to be... Whatever you pick is going to almost certainly be cheaper than a dorsal weapons array.
Sure.
You could have... I mean, you could have that 2-point rear Federation zappy weapon thing.
We have a rear photon cannon, photon torpedo. No, photon phase cannons.
Yeah, aft phase cannons. There you go.
Yeah.
It's something cool like that.
Yeah. So, and that doesn't, that doesn't disable that, or that disables. It doesn't target lock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am. As I've said a couple of times, I was always a Federation player before I was a Borg player. I really like the Excelsior class. I'm knocking the Hood because it's not as good as the Excelsior, but that doesn't mean it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. Excelsiors are some of my favorite Fed ships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only problem they have, of course, is the problem that they turn like a boat because they have only red turns.
Yeah, but I mean, there are ways around that these days.
Indeed. All right, moving on. Next we have... Oh, we don't have the captain. We have crewman William T. Riker. Probably the best card in this pack.
By a long shot.
And we haven't even...
the best Federation card we've seen in recent memory.
Well,
Since
we haven't seen many Fed cards since Shelby, but it's like, look, this guy is his meatballs. When I say he's better than a long shot than everything else in this pack, that's keeping in mind that there are some amazing cards in this pack.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
So, William T. Riker, 3-point Federation crew upgrade. Each time you defend, roll +1 defense die, and you may convert one of your battle station results into an invade result. And if that wasn't enough, if your captain card is disabled each time you defend, roll 2 plus 2 defense dice. And you may convert up to 2 of your battle station results into evade results. Tom Paris only did a quarter of what William T. Riker does for more points, and he was used a lot.
Yeah.
So this is if Tom Paris and Sulu had a child that was then stolen after being genetically engineered by Weyoun for his conditional surrender ship.
Indeed. So yeah.
And costed as if it was Klingon or Dominion.
Yeah, who has the really cheap, efficient... Look, it doesn't matter. This card is amazing.
Yeah.
Continuous, no action. Sulu costs the same amount for 75% of this ability, but he takes an action. But even better, you can stack them both together.
Each time you defend, so it always works. I mean, it is to the point where the first thing we did, us on State of the Federation did when this came out, is look up a list of every single captain that natively disables to do something just for the purpose of running Riker, disabling them once, and leaving them that way for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. It's like, well, you've got a defense that's about equivalent to Cloak without costing you your shields.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just FYI, Chakotay is a really good option. Fed Chakotay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's even in faction.
I'll put it this way. Riker could be costed at 5 points, and he would still be the best card in this pack.
If he costs 6, I would still run him in a lot of things.
Yep.
Yes. William T. Riker, magnificent. There's not really much more to say about it than that.
He doesn't have a beard, though, and that makes me sad.
Run him on Feds, he's great. Run him on Cloakers, he's magnificent even.
Yeah. Get used to seeing him in your environments, and if you don't like him, well, tough, win him or buy him.
Yeah,
or steal him.
Likely, this is going to be the most expensive OP ship to buy on the aftermarket since the Chitang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty strong. Also, always consider if you're a fan of Process and thought he was dead forever, you might want to be able to steal a second William T. Riker for one of your ships for +4 defense dice and 4 battle stations, 2 evades.
Or just to get him off your damn opponent's ship.
Oh god, that was so annoying. I remember when Sulu was that annoying in OP1.
William T. Riker makes gankers better because he exists.
Because he's worth taking out. Don't even need roses or a movie. Anyway. Captain Robert DeSoto of the USS Hood. 3-point Federation captain, has 4 skill, does not come with a talent slot. Each time you defend, you may re-roll a number of your defense dice equal to the number of crew upgrades assigned to your ship, max 3 dice. This guy is not bad at all either.
Yeah, I mean, this is solid.
He costs a little bit extra for a 4-point captain. Most 4-point captains only cost 2. But
that's actually it's actually weird. 4-point captains specifically have this split where some of them cost 2 and some of them cost 3. It's literally the only one. You guys,
I mean, easily comparable to Evek.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little more limited and you need crew upgrades, but he's a little more versatile in that he can also reroll battle stations.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're running 3 crew, which is not uncommon for Fed, like rerolling 3 of your defense dice is just really good.
Indeed.
Especially if you're cloaked. And if you're on a Romulan ship, say, and you're running, and your 3 crew members are Romulan security officers, suddenly he's looking pretty good.
Skill 7 and always reroll 3 dice.
And you can disable them to reroll even more if you need to.
Mm-hmm. Just not the same ones. You can only reroll the die once.
Yes, will we know. But if you're on a Romulan ship, you can conceivably have 6 defense dice.
Indeed. And I've had plenty of situations where 6 defense dice came up with all blanks.
Yep. This is why cloaking sucks, among
Yeah.
many other reasons.
All right.
Yeah.
Not bad. So, next up on the block, we have Tachyon Detection Grid, a 6-point Federation tech upgrade. As an action, discard this card to target your ship and up to 2 friendly ships within range 1 of your ship. All cloaked enemy ships within range 1 of the target ships cannot perform the Sensor Echo action this round and immediately flip their cloak tokens over to their red sides. In addition, all enemy ships within range 1 of the target ships roll -1 defense die each time they defend this round. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Federation ship.
This is not even close to worth 6 points.
No.
I mean, this is essentially Captain Data in a tech form.
And only usable once.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? Hold up. Let me look up the guy. Yeah, this is like straight up. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of something else.
The Vulcan one that gets rid of cloak tokens too?
Yeah, I got him confused with 4 of 12, and I looked at 4 of 12. But yeah, that's what? That's Murak. Yeah, I'd rather have Murak every day.
It's just... It's too pricey for an action discard that functionally doesn't do enough.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're going up against non-cloaking ships, the only part of this that has any effect is -1 defense die each time they defend this round.
I mean, what's actually really funny is that literally none of the if you're going up against Borg, and you will still go up against Borg people, this card does literally nothing.
Yeah.
Unless the Borg are equipped with a phased cloaking device or something, but...
If this card said remove their cloak token.
Could be a thing.
Remove.
That could
then
be a
it would be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that their shields are down and they don't get the defense die bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would be worth the points. Maybe.
That might just straight up kill them though. Like, well, that would be worth 6 points per turn.
But
Yeah.
it would be worth you taking 6 points action discard.
Yeah.
Get rid of the -1 defense die. Let them take their Klingons 1, Romulans 2 native defense die. Whatever.
There is a card that does that. There is one card in this game that does that.
Geordi?
No, but he's a better opportunity than Detection Grid for that, which I was about to mention in another sentence. But I was talking about bioelectric interference.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
It removes tokens. They get their shields back though, but it removes their cloak token. So more than likely, they're not going to be cloaking again.
Okay, let's move ahead because this card sucks, and I think we're about to get to 2 very good ones.
Indeed. Next up, we have a 2-point Federation, I don't know, upgrade. Maybe it's a Riddler upgrade? I don't know. We need a name for these things.
Modification?
But it takes up a slot.
Generic.
Universal.
There we go. I like that.
We have that in D&D Attack Wing.
Universal upgrade. I like it.
You may fill any slot on your upgrade bar with this upgrade. Note this says upgrade bar, so you cannot turn this into a talent, which would have been cool.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a weapon slot. This might as well just say a weapon slot.
Add 1 tech icon to your upgrade bar. Your starting shield value is at +1. Bam, done. Already worth 2 points.
Yep.
Oh wait, there's more. Oh wait, we already got to the good stuff. Add 1 more tech icon to your upgrade bar. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Federation ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1 system's upgrade card. That's what makes everyone else besides the Federation sad. But hey, now every Federation ship can have a tech upgrade in place of any one of their other upgrades. I really like putting a cloaking device on the Reliant. I don't know why. But it was fun.
The Equinox actually really likes this.
Oh yeah, get more shield value, man.
And you can go, I mean, with the Equinox, at that point you can go, let me just double check to see if I remember. I don't even remember what the friggin' Equinox, yeah. You can go Tech Crew for 22 points, 2, 2, 3, 4. Seems good.
All the tech upgrades. And tech upgrades have always been one of the opportunity costs of any tech upgrade you get, because there's so many really good tech upgrades out there.
Yeah, especially now that... Go ahead, sorry.
I was saying especially for Federation.
Yeah, and especially now that the Borg have been depowered. Like, we're going to say that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Federation are a thing. Be ready.
Yeah. It's a great upgrade. Go for it. You're going to want lots of these. You're going to want as many of these as Federation ships you're willing to run, which I'll cap out at 2. Because they also get fighters, even in Faction Pure.
Yeah. I don't know. I might want to have 3 around just in case.
I will take one of these and put it on a Praetus, so that I can have 3 tech slots for my cloaked mines.
But a Praetus isn't a Federation ship.
Oh, never mind then. This is why I'm sad. See, I keep wanting to think of all the cool things I could do with this on other ships, but no, I'm stuck with sticky Federation.
There is actually a ship that, well, let's keep talking about that, because that is actually an option for a thing. But let's keep going.
Type H Phaser Array. Another magnificent card. When attacking with your primary weapon, gain +1 attack die. This is like straight up increasing your attack value by +1. But it's better than that. And it only costs 2 points, well within the formula. This upgrade may only be purchased for a ship with a primary weapon value of 3 or less. Dang. No ship may be equipped with more than one Type 8 Phaser Array upgrade. This is not limited to Federation only.
But it does not work with Dorsal Phaser Array.
Which is unfortunate. It will work with any other ship that comes with a native 360 arc of different purposes, but unfortunately most of those already have a primary weapon cap higher than what is required here. Because we got what? Voyager, the Regent's flagship, and Enterprise D.
Yeah.
All are higher than 3.
4, yeah. But this is fun on Reliant. Not bad on Excelsior.
There is no Federation ship that can take this that doesn't want to.
Yeah. It actually makes these 2 cards make the Equinox playable. And I never thought that I would say that.
I know, right?
For 4 points and 2 cards, the Equinox is playable.
Yeah, I mean,
and
now we're in a place.
And
now we're in a place. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and it's not even costing you more than a custom-built ship of that point value would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for 24 points, you get a 3/2/3/4 that can regenerate all its shields every turn.
Nice ship. Put Riker on there. It's now a 3/3/3/4.
Oh God, yeah.
And that's it actually. We've got generic old guy with a beard for a Federation 1-point 0 skill captain. I don't know if the generic is different than the other generic Excelsior. It's got a tech, a weapon, and 2 crew. I think that's the same.
I believe that's the same as well.
And of course, the maneuver dial has red turns, can go forward 4, can go reverse 2 as a red. So, not bad overall. All the normal general stuff. But yes, as a prize ship, we already said it. The package as a whole is pretty darn much well going to set you back as much as the Chitang did back in the day. This is desirable for everyone, no matter what faction you're playing, really.
And even if, as we suspect, systems upgrade and Type 8 phasers comes out in a retail package, which we are all hoping for, this pack will still be that expensive just because of Riker.
Mm-hmm. Darn it, Riker! Why there's already 4 of you? We didn't need a good one.
And unlike Worf, almost all the Rikers are playable.
The Paw Riker is probably the worst.
And that's a guy who just flat out can increase your captain skill to 10. So that's
and
still
brings some elite talent to the party, and that's not bad.
Right.
Actually, sorry, Captain Riker may be the worst.
Captain Riker, you know, I actually want to... Give me a second here, because
Good old Riker Fest.
Yeah, every Riker is playable. It's all style, I think, at this point.
You know...
that seems appropriate for Riker.
You know what I just realized?
What did you just realize, sir?
Captain Riker might work against fighters.
Yeah, because it just says when you're attacked or something.
If you're
right?
attacked this round at range 1, roll 2 attack dice.
Mm-hmm.
Any, damages the attacking ship. Like, this has to be part of an attack. Huh. Well.
I guess we shall see.
Suddenly I sort of want to think about running Riker again. That's weird.
Suddenly I want a card that lets you run all Rikers on the same ship.
All right.
You need like a revolving door card.
No, we're not going back to the Decipher's game.
We're back!
Can't believe I missed that opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Tucker.
I neither. But actually, what I really want is I've seen people make customs of this. That episode, actually, the episode we won't go back is from with all the different Worfs. Somebody put made a custom card with a picture of that shot where there's like 8 Worfs in the shot,
Mm-hmm.
and it just says you may run as many different unique Worfs or Rikers as you want. Data might have been on there too at this point.
Yeah, I'm just glad that WizKids has gone away from the Kira love, because that was the thing in the CCG. Every set had a Kira card.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know why.
It was some form of Kira.
We need more intendant.
No, we don't.
All right, then. Next up on our chopping block is the Pegasus, if I can read the cards.